Just a little decal tutorial here. First you're going to want to mark your center line on your decal, and then mark center line, find you a reference point on the car. And it's real humid, it rained quite a bit, so you got to get this really clean and make sure the moisture is of course out of the way so that the tape will stick. Okay, but of course you're going to have your soapy water when you apply your decal, and you got your heat gun, you got your squeegee. So I measured everything off, everything's ready to go on now. Cleaned it, prepped the surface really well, no dirt, debris under there, so it's ready to go on. So now I'll spray it with some soapy water and apply and align these corners up with the, of course, the center line mark and along the straight edge of this tape right here. Of course, I kind of used a reference point going off of these lights to see what this gap is as opposed to this side over here. So I know I'm really level, and then I backed up and I'm like, yes, that is good to go. And I use this corner and this corner to get my center point as far as coming off from down there and to line up with that one. And you go on good heat gun. You could use a hair dryer, but trust me, there is a difference. Heat gun works much better. Okay, so again, the soapy water keeps the air bubbles out, but it also allows you to reposition this thing like I had to do about 10 times before I got the center line right with the edges gap over here and here right. And you're able to push it out, and then you start to go to work with your squeegee, get all that soapy water pushed out, work on it. Then you go to work with your heat gun. And then when you're done, wipe it all off real good, heat it up with the heat gun again, peel your plastic off, and then run the heat gun over it a few more times to kind of quote-unquote burn in the vinyl to the mating surface. Now I've got it good and dry, so I'll go to work with my heat gun. And if you look on here, it has center line without star, center line with star. Well, they had a, when it came in, it had a little hashtag symbol star over here, whatever. So I just, I took that, I didn't want that on here, so I cut it off and center lined it with it and decided it looks better that way. But before you go to work with the heat gun, make sure to take this tape off, or else it's going to get hot too. The heat gun works really, really hot, and see, it's already trying to stick really well. And I'll probably have to even use a little resin remover to get some of it. It's probably going to leave a little behind. Maybe, maybe not. But get that off there, or else you're going to play hell getting that sucker off. I'm going to set it at about 650 to 730. And I'm not going to get real close with it. I'm just going to get it hot. I'll start seeing it kind of shrinkle up a little bit. You just kind of tell. I don't want to hurt the paint. And then I'll kind of work it with the squeegee, of course. I don't need two hands for that. See how quick it kind of bubbles up there? It's hot, hot, hot. That's why this works way better than a hair dryer. And so I'm going to cut the video for a minute, and I'm going to do a little squeegee work with it. And yeah. Okay, so now I got the outer layer of film peeled off. Now I'll apply heat and do a little light squeegee work. And kind of burn these letters in to where they'll be permanent. Yeah, I think that turned out really nice. It is definitely on there. Now, give it a few days of, no weather or anything like that, and fluorescence will light fast, so I will probably keep this car the most time while we're here under the carport. I'll keep it backed in so the sunlight's not fading it. Of course, this will be my daily driver, so it will continue to fade. But I got my blue tips in. I'm going to replace these tips with exhaust tips, and got my new decal and my badges in to re-put and fix that back up. So, coming along. Like and share, as Ethan says.